Hi everyone! My name is Katie Abbott, and today I'll be introducing my group's project on the TCU Food Recovery Network organization here on campus. The threat of food scarcity in our nation is becoming a bigger problem with every passing day. Even in our own backyard, Tarrant County's food scarcity percent is now at 18.1, based on the TASTE project data we found online. People within the food scarcity community are unable to have 3 solid meals a day, and this becomes a problem when more and more people are becoming hungry, in particular when more and more children are becoming hungry. As a solution to this problem, different organizations around the country have figured out that restaurants can supply food from the food waste they throw out at the end of each week. Restaurants throw out pounds of food at a time that is unable to be used or served. There's nothing wrong with it, but for whatever reason, they can no longer use it in their restaurants. So, instead of throwing away edible food, organizations like the FRN have started collecting it and delivering it to soup kitchens so that the hungry can have 3 solid meals a day. This includes seniors, adults, and children attending these soup kitchens with the food provided by the restaurants within the community. The Food Recovery Network is one of the many organizations that help fight this ongoing battle. It was started by a group of students at the University of Maryland, and since then, over 230 FRN branches have been created in colleges and universities around the country, one being in our own home at TCU. These groups of hardworking and compassionate college students have pledged to the mission fighting both food waste and hunger in our communities. With their help, the numbers have started to drop tremendously, but there is still work to be done to get rid of food scarcity for good.
For this project, our contact person was Lauren Jackson. Lauren Jackson is a part of the Executive Director Board for TCU Food Recovery Network. She is currently a junior nutrition major in the competitive TCU Coordinated Program in Dietetics. Part of her mission in being a part of the TCU Food Recovery Network is to make the public aware of the issues of food waste. She also wants to educate people on how we can better save, recycle food, and use it to serve those in need. She will serve on the 2020-2021 Executive Board of Food Recovery Network as a social media chair. What strategies have they used to raise awareness? The TCU Food Recovery Network uses on-campus forms of advertisement by posting flyers around campus that are eye level in the commons and the residence halls to make students and visitors aware of the program. They also place pop-up tables in buildings such as the library to recruit students who are passing by to learn more about food waste. They would offer an incentive such as a brownie to attract students to the table. The program also uses 2 social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook. They are used to keep the community updated on events and meetings that are happening in the Food Recovery Network program. They would post pictures of their mission trips as well as informative information on how badly food waste is affecting our country. As you can see on the screen, it is a picture of the TCU Food Recovery Network Instagram page, and it's a post that is looking for officer applications. It encourages people to apply and create change on TCU's campus.
Hey everyone, Sydney here speaking, and today I'll be discussing the evaluation violations theory. We applied this theory to the campaign we studied to see how it can help this campaign gain more followers. With this theory, most people will create an expectation of how the person they are communicating with will react. Based on this theory's background, we noticed students hardly reacting to the social media posts and signs that the campaign would put up. Since these signs were so generic and had no attention grabbers to them, they did not get seen as much. The social media page that the campaign had made did not get seen as much as well. People would just scroll past it, or the social media algorithm did not work in the campaign's favor. Through this theory, we found that the signs were still getting ignored by students and thought a possible solution for the signs to be more effective was to place them in areas where students were more likely to congregate. Since the campaign thought the signs were the best marketing tactic for them, we suggested these options. Another example we gave was offering students with brownies at a table set up on campus, as they are more likely to stop for one, and then the campaign is able to explain why they are trying to promote this campaign. By doing this, it will not only make TCU's Food Recovery Network look more appealing, but it also shows that TCU is a great campus that supports groups aiming to help feed the homeless community.
Hi, I'm Cambry, and I will be discussing the impression management theory and the elaboration likelihood model. The second theory we applied to our campaign was impression management theory, often referred to as IMT. The main concept of this theory is our need to preserve our identity and self-presentation through the view of others, especially within social interactions. Theorist Erving Goffman argues that, quote, "It is our nature as humans to place ourselves in the best light possible through controlling information, influencing the perceptions of ourselves, and wanting to be viewed with a higher social standing," unquote. With the struggles you are facing in TCU FRN, mainly the lack of commitment with members, it is arguably due to a disconnect between students' current schedule, core identity, and morals. Going forward and utilizing the IMT, TCU FRN must draw on prospective members' needs to be viewed as caring and honorable, especially because your organization is based on service. Messages such as changing the world, one meal at a time, not only encourages participation, but would make outsiders view their participation positively, an important aspect of self-presentation. Lastly, the third theory we applied to our campaign was the elaboration likelihood model, nicknamed the ELM. The ELM of persuasion is a dual process theory that describes the changes of attitudes within a conversation or a person. There are two major routes of persuasion. The first is the central route, which attempts to persuade through careful consideration of information presented. The second is the peripheral route, which uses positive and negative cues in an attempt to persuade. In your campaign, we see aspects of the ELM as advertisements to encourage joining TCU FRN. An example of the central route of persuasion being implemented is including a detailed pamphlet or monthly update emails laying out important statistics for prospective members, with persuasive statements and words being processed through the central route of the prospective member. It can be persuasive. As for the peripheral route, the primary focus has to be eye-catching and memorable posters and or emotional images. Images such as dozens of donated food trays or even images of the recipients of the food would make an impact on persuading prospective members as well.
Hi, my name is Chloe, and I'm going to talk about the recommendations that we came up with. The first recommendation we believe could help the organization is their communication with the community. Specifically, their signs around campus should have more catchy phrases or facts about food scarcity in Tarrant County. It would be more effective if they had pop-up tables twice a week or more on campus in a hot spot where a large crowd of students are outside walking to class and will see the table. They should have signs around campus about the pop-up tables with the dates and times. Additionally, they should hand out pamphlets with detailed information about the organization and have posters around campus with fun facts about food scarcity. Their messages should be very detailed and powerful to gain attention and to gain members. The third recommendation is to redesign their social media pages. On Instagram, they should add to their stories frequently, do live stories, and make IGTVs weekly. This would keep the students updated, but also the students spend a lot of time on their Instagram accounts, so they are more likely to come across these features on the TCU FRN's account. Also, if students need more information about the organization and cannot get it because they missed the pop-up table, they can go straight to the Instagram page. On their Facebook page, they should post daily announcements to the community and students. Lastly, monthly emails are a great way to keep the community updated on dates of upcoming events.
In conclusion, as a whole group, we have really enjoyed researching on this campaign, Food Recovery Network. From the start, many of us really did not know much about this campaign. We had a team member who had a friend that was a part of the organization, and she was able to hook us up with the campaign. After conducting research and interviews, it is safe to say that as a group, we were able to learn a lot about this organization. Not only were we able to tie in our terminology learned from the course, we were able to gain insight on what this program does for our community. And to top it off, this campaign now has 5 new members that are aware of what they do for our community and how to help spread the word. I hope by learning and researching this campaign throughout the semester that we were able to even spread the word throughout the community as well. We really enjoyed working with this program and hope to see them be successful throughout campus as it is for such a good cause. This presentation explains our research and what we found throughout our studies. We hope you enjoy learning about it as much as we did. Thank you so much.